Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to another Total Conflict Resistance, like, kind of mini tutorial. I don't know how long it's going to be, but hey, we're going to try and make it short. And there's timestamps at the bottom for you. Alright, so we did the main menu, so we're going to go click New Game. Now, like we discussed in the main menu tutorial, there's Tactical Campaign and Global Campaign. I believe what we'll do today is... I guess most people care about the Global Campaign. Tactical Campaign is kind of easy, so we're going to do Global Campaign. You can tell I've definitely thought this out. So if you're going to go do a campaign, this is part of like the global overworld thing. I was just kind of going over everything. You get to choose your leader. You kind of, I think these all have their own like bonuses. So if you pick one, they'll have some sort of bonus, but they also have not just their faction, but they're also their government. They've got democracies, monarchisms, that's changed. Democracies, socialism, communism. I think also, no, yeah, so there's socialism, communism, monarchism, and democracies that you can choose from. I'm actually going to choose one of my favorites, which are, I really enjoy the East Anjou. So, they're an island nation. So as we discussed again in like the main menu deal, you're just gonna choose your people. I'm just gonna go very high. I'm gonna be very high for this. And then we're just gonna make resource management easy, because why not? We'll make it so our campaign start year is 2028, so we'll have some really good stuff that we start out with. And then, I mean, you know, it'd be hilarious is we could like just increase it and then decrease this, and then vision range for my guys, and then vision range for the enemy, so we'll be able to just we'll be able to find them easy. I don't know, I'm kind of cheating, but that's just to show like the options you can choose from. All right, and I can hear the sounds of the Total Conflict Resistance Overworld loading in. So here it is. So I'm not going to read all this. This is just some flavor text. As you can see, we have a bunch of stuff looking at us right now, but we're just going to click X on these couple of text boxes. They just kind of tell about the local the situation, how our faction is doing, and what is going on now. Everything's going to be blank here soon enough, because there's going to be like a fog of war. There it is. So we're just going to focus on our little island here. We're not really going to do much. We're just going to focus on our island. So we, at the beginning of every Total Conflict Resistance campaign, unless I think there's an option maybe to turn off rebels or something, I don't know. But you have at least, I don't know, when I play, there's rebels, all right? So we've got a rebel group here. We've got 4 made-up battalions. Now, this can be different per faction. Some of them might have more battalions, some might have less. But I do believe it's kind of balanced based on, like, you know, how much resources that faction has. For instance, the island faction doesn't really have many resources, so we start out with a little bit larger of a force, and it's a little bit better equipped. Although I did do 2028 for the start year, so probably everyone's gonna probably get just like the best. But so that is the beginning. So we're gonna go over essentially the overworld UI, not the entire overworld, but the UI, just so you understand what is what and, you know, how we can do things. Now, I did go over this in a previous video. However, that video was like 20 minutes long, and it was about everything in Total Conflict. I did put timestamps down, so maybe if I can remember, I'll link it here, like in the upper right-hand corner as an annotation. But if not, just, you know, stay around here. So, first off, we've got the top row up here. We've got our money, we've got our iron, which is like the raw resource. We've got aluminum ore, raw aluminum, copper, or that's raw copper. Wait, hang on. This is the, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Oh, no, these are the ingots, and this is the raw copper. You can tell how good this is. We got wood, we got meat, we got gas, we got beans, corn, apparently, or wheat. It looks like corn, doesn't it? I don't know. Beer, all the things that you might need. So this is your resource tab. Up here is going to just be where you see everything that you are going to possibly, you have at your disposal when it comes to resources. Now, I say everything, that's a lie. It shows you, I think it shows items that are of more importance or something like that. There's some method to this, but it's not going to show every single resource, because there are more than this, I believe, right? I'm trying to think if there's more. Yeah, I think there's just about more. So it doesn't show you like all the raw stuff necessarily. Like hops doesn't show you. It doesn't show you, shows you wheat, although wheat can create alcohol. Hang on, does it show the Oh shoot, it now shows the order of operations. So you can mine stone, that's cool. But you get cotton, you get cloth, you get oil, you get gas. You get meat, you get canned meat. You get wheat, you get alcohol and bread, that's wheat. I get it now. That's new to me. See, we're learning things together. Anyway, so that's the top layer that just shows your resources. If we go over to your right, so this is your, we're not going to get into this today. This is not what we're dealing with. This is going to be a simple kind of quick deal just about the overworld. I will create another tutorial about resources eventually, but we're just going over the UI. So this is your towns and your battalions and your ports and all that, and I guess villages. When you click on one, as you can see, it opens up this menu with all this stuff, which we're going to ignore because I need you to click on the next video. Which, by the way, if you're learning something in this one, hit the like button, comment something down below, and subscribe. I guess comment how much has helped you. I suppose I'm going to get into more complex stuff eventually, but we're just going to deal with the main basics. All right. So then you can see your main cities. Main cities are going to have like these multi-level houses. I believe like little Mombasa is more of like a stockpile. I think it should tell you what it is. If I hover over here, no. They used to. I swear they used to. Do this now. Okay. Mombasa is like essentially it's like a warehouse area. And then we got Gatuli. This is a farm. Farms always have wheat available to produce. I think they're the only places that can produce wheat. As a so that's just something. Most places can do most of the basic resources, but farms are special because they can help you make bread. And bread is very important. And then we've also got a port here, which I wish it would say port or shipyard. I don't know what these mean necessarily. I wish it would tell you. It'd be kind of cool if you hovered over it. But yeah, it's a port, so this is how you would go out into the world and explore. It also helps with some trade benefits. It also has it where you can build the Navy. Our Navy is limited at the moment. There's still updates to be made for that, but there's a huge one hopefully coming in here soon, which is why I'm kind of doing this series, so everyone's caught up so we can all enjoy Total Conflict together. Next up, after the townships and cities and all that, we've got our battalions. Now, battalions are the meat and potatoes of Total Conflict Resistance. Without these, this game would not be as cool as it is. It would just be essentially like Sid Meier's, which if you like Sid Meier's, fair enough. But I'm not a big fan of turn-based. I like real-time. So this, if you click on one of these, it shows your battalions. We have these really awesome weapons. We've got these really cool, like, dudes with guns. I don't know any of the real guns. I believe they're real, so I'm just going to trust the developers that they did good. Good job, Thunder devs. Again, it shows you all these things. We're not going to go over anything that's inside these. That is a separate video, but it just shows the battalions. Over here, you'll see chevrons. The higher the chevrons, eventually up to a star. That, I believe, it increases your battalion's morale, so they'll stick around longer when more of their dudes die. They'll also, I think, they have bonuses to shooting and it's like shooting and like defense. I think there's something with the chevrons. I forget exactly what it is, but there is like good things. So you want your battalions to live. The trick is, however, is the more that your men die, if you have a high level battalion, it can be reduced in chevrons because you have more new people as opposed to veterans. So that's kind of a cool little thing that I believe. I'm not making that up. That's real. It's just been a little bit since I played, but that is something that happens. And then next to them, right over here, you have your battalion strength. Battalions in Total Conflict Resistance are only 300 man strong, so a little bit smaller than what a real battalion would be, but makes it more manageable. But it is still kind of cool. It's like, it's kind of a cool thing to have these, ready to go. And that's just, you get those, you get these numbers by getting citizens, which citizens will eventually appear based on your population and other various factors, and they'll show up, and they'll show up as reservists, and you can use them as replacements as long as you have equipment. But that's another episode. Over here, we've got our little faction symbol. We've got the stability. So stability is very important in Total Conflict. I didn't know how it worked until just, I think it was like not my last campaign, but the previous one to it. Stability is very important. Prevents these little bastards. I'll scroll down on these guys. It prevents these little bastards. Can I still do this? Hang on, Alt F2. Oh, unless I crashed the game. Oh, no, excellent. I can go all the way down here and I can do this. Unless these little guys, they show up, then that's bad. But the stability prevents rebels from showing up because your people are happy. Right now we start out at 43%. You're always going to start out in a poor shape because part of the game is managing your resources and doing real good. Um, and then authority, I believe this is more how powerful like you actually or you can actually exert your force to a degree. I believe dictatorship and authority. I don't know what the difference is. But if you have police inside your settlements, that's just something that affects that. But again, that's another episode. Political power. This is what you can use to spend on something over here, which we'll get to. Then over here we've got our date. Now the dates don't really matter in this game except for one thing, the year. Although I guess you can track dates, I suppose, to see when something's going to be built. But who has that kind of attention? The years are very important because if you go into over here eventually, the years determine what you have unlocked and what you can kind of do. There's probably going to be more that's put into the years. But it's supposed to like kind of simulate like because as the years go on, hopefully your campaign has been progressing, and so it's kind of like research and development, and you unlock different waves of technology. Which, to be fair, last campaign I had been just running with the Comet main battle tank. I don't think we even have them in this. I think I started at like a super high level, but the Comet mainline battle tank is essentially a light tank. But I was, or a medium maybe, and I was using it as like my main line, and I was wondering when I was losing so many to the enemy, and that's because one of my light battle tanks was not good enough against us, like it was like a mobile, I forget, it was like an APC kind of thing, so it was just not a good time. I was like, it'd take like 3 shots for me to destroy one of those with a Comet, rather than them just going boom, 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 and destroying my Comet very quickly. So keep up with tech, that's what I'm telling you. The year's cool. And then over here, we've got our game speed options. We've got pause, play 1, play 3, and play 5 times speed. I think that's kind of messed up, because this is more like 3, and this is more like 2. This is not, yeah, this is more like 2, because an hour is a second in this, so, I don't know. I'm not going to do the math. Maybe it is 5 speed. I have no idea. It depends on how many are going. Yeah, maybe it is 5 a sec. Maybe it's correct. Then over here, this is where I was referencing constantly because I couldn't shut up. This is a very important like bunch of tools that you'll have to use quite a bit if you want to succeed at Total Conflict. First up is manufacturing and adaptation. As I mentioned, research is very important. And you'll see that even at 2028, there are still some techs that are not like, available until you get to a certain point. And you still have to research up to them, research. Wow, that should be kind of a prerequisite. Well, whatever. You get more stuff as the years progress. There's like a bunch of lines. Like this is where you normally start out. You have these 2 options for the first year, which is 2024, and then 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 29, and then 30. Same for the weapons over here. Ammunition. Actually, I think ammunition's always available for you because why would you build something that's not useful? But here you can go and, you can research all like the things that you have unlocked. Yeah, I would recommend, you research the things that your weapons need, because I did end up in a couple of ammunition shortages a few times during my last campaign, and it's just a bummer. Vehicles, kind of same way. Ammunition is very important. It's like one of the researches that it doesn't seem that necessary, and thankfully, most of the research for ammunition, along with the you do get your the RPG is unlocked here for some reason, but you also get your armor and all that stuff. Ammunition overall, along with sights and scopes and silencers. I guess this is all just like random stuff over here. They're all at least relatively quick to do, so it might be an annoying upgrade to do, but it is a very necessary one if you hope to actually fund your military. Weapons, not much to say. You just get a lot of cool ones here and just, do your best to line up. And they do tell you what ammunition they do require. So, just keep an eye on this. I forget if it's East Anjou, but there is kind of a little bit of a tricky one where they've already got a certain ammunition unlocked, but it doesn't show up on the tech tree. I'm not gonna be able to see it though because it's the Comet's ammunition, and it's not gonna tell me. I bet is it if I go to, you know what, we'll save that. Well, actually, we'll go to production. So this is production. We already looked at research. So production is what shows you the cool stuff. So the production is where you're going to see what's being built, how to build it, and I believe the ammunition is the QF77. I think if I go into, sorry, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here, but yeah, if you go up here, QF77 is not unlocked, and I about had an aneurysm when I was trying to, I'm looking around real quick so I don't sound like a dumbass. Yeah, I about had an aneurysm that my East ASU campaigns. I was trying to figure out because I needed ammo for my tanks, couldn't find them. But they if you go to the production tab, they already have the QF77, which is what the Comet's base firepower is. Now, this is another little side fun fact for you. The reason why you would rather want to start out in 2024 rather than 2028 is simply because you can build up your research and get to where you need to be as you need to. 2028's neat, but it's nice to grow your military as you go, unless you really want to just play with the big toys, which, hey, fair enough. But skip production. We're doing production. But yeah, so you just click on some of these. Let's see here. I need wheat. There we go. I can press wheat. This goes to Gatuli. This is my farm. I've got oil. I've got, I want first aid kits. Maybe that's QF77. If I want a Toyota Hilux or this is the SUV. Oh, it's the SUV. Nice. And then Tabili doesn't do anything. Okay, so this is something where you're gonna see like sometimes you'll see these ones that are blanked out, or for instance, when I did this, Tabili doesn't even have any options. That's because you have to build structures, and we'll get to that in a second. That's construction, but this is just showing you how this all works. And you can see down here, it takes 480 hours just to get some wheat. You'll see a 20% here. That's your efficiency. The efficiency goes up the longer you have a resource in your production lineup. So eventually you'll reach 100%, and this 480 will go down to like 448, I think. Like it gets super quick, and that's only 2 days, which even if you're going in 1 time speed, I mean, the days go by really quick anyways, so it's not that bad. So that's production. There's not really much else there. You get your weapons, your ammo. It does get a little bit messy later on in the campaign. And here's just a little callback to the previous episode about the main menu and options. If you go into gameplay here, it is kind of fun to start out with resource management and expert because you get to like practice or, sending, trade and all that kind of stuff to your settlements. And it's just, it's nice to do, but it does get really tedious, and it's kind of, I'll be honest, it's one of my least favorite aspects later on in the campaign. So you just bring it down to easy. Doesn't affect anything about combat. Here I can boost my difficulty to experts. This is the overall difficulty, so how the AI will fight and how it will build up its resources. But resource management, this is fine. Just turn it down to easy. All your resources are right where you need to be. It's not that big a deal. And then you got your subtitles, all this other stuff. But that was last episode, so we're not going to care about that. But yeah, so that's production. Production's pretty neat. And then you can just send stuff places where you need to be. But that is for another episode. Leave a comment down below for what you want. So now I've got like about 5 ideas for the next ones. They're gonna be a little bit quicker. All right, on to construction, which I so haphazardly got to. Tabili. So Tabili says nothing, so this will be a perfect example. You can see up at Booger, Mombasa, not really Tabili, Gatuli, they all have something. Military factories here, so this produces military goods, so ammunition, I believe even it's armor, ammunition, weapons, tanks, bombs, planes, all the fun stuff. Mombasa has another military factory, same stuff. Mombasa also has the oil fields, which as you saw in the production, we were able to produce oil from. That's kind of neat. Tabili does have a shipyard, and shipyards are very, very not that great right now, except for 2 things. You can build landing transports to bring to other shipyards to land troops or materials onto. That's about it. I don't think materials. Then you can just literally send a truck out in the ocean, and it kind of teleports to the other thing. So maybe just 1 use. They're good for ferrying troops. That's about it. However, you can go around the map and just drop them at whatever shipyard. So if you really want to go around the world and just take from over there, have at it. And then Gatuli, yep, wheat. So that's cool. So if we want, oh, this will also tell you some other stuff. So the Ministry of Construction. So this kind of tells you how quick things are going to be built, how it's all going to go. Now, a lot of this information is just kind of more flavor text. Total population, we've only got about 6,000 people, just under 6,000. Employable, 2,900. People in production, people in construction. Honestly, I think it should be the other way around. We must be very inefficient with our production. Scientists, 14, that determines your research rate. Ministries, I don't know what that is. Service staff, don't know. On sick leave, don't know. Operating reserve, I have no idea what any of this means. So maximum production efficiency can be 125%, which is very good. I don't know what any of this means, I'll be honest. This is all like the only things that maybe matter are scientists and then the employable people. They do kind of affect how your economy goes. This is kind of new for me to actually look at and explain, but it is something to that effect. Also, we've hit the 20-minute mark on my recording, so welcome to the old video, but I'm just going a little bit more in depth, and I don't have a script. Tabili. So we click on one of our little empty spots here. You'll notice that they do change based on their location, what you can build here. You'll notice, I believe Mombasa and Booger both can have like these steel and ore plants that you can take raw ore and put it into something. Mombasa, however, has access to... Oh no, Booger has access to the banks. So if you get a bank, it's like 10,000 credits per dollars every year. So it's a nice influx to your economy, just randomly. If you have a whole bunch of banks, it helps a lot. And money is very important, but we'll get to that in another episode. But let's go click on Tabili. So we have our resource that easy, so we can just click on one of these. We get one of the newest buildings in Total Conflict is the fish factory. But yeah, you can click on any of these. For instance, the smart decision would actually be if we went to Gatuli and put a bakery here. If we're playing on a higher difficulty, the bakery could just take the wheat from the wheat fields, bring it to the bakery, and create bread, which is always just a fun time. We're going to go to Tabili because I'm stupid, and we're going to build a fish factory. Boop. And then, so what that does is it locks down construction for 56 days, so however long that is in your timeline, and then you can just let it go, and it'll build over time. We can cancel construction at any time, and it does give you, I believe, your full resources back, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100%, but I'm very certain that's how it works. So, and we have a lot of resources anyway, so we'll just build a fish factory. Cool. So there it is. That's how you build your resources, get everything set up. Next up, we have the squad editor. I'll be honest, no one knows how this works. It's cool. It looks badass. It has some sort of function. I have yet to know what this is. I believe maybe you could create your own squad type, if I do say so myself. You could like say, instead of militia, little fellas. Let's do that. There, accept. Alright, so the little fella squad. So if I wanted to save this squad, I could save it and back out. And I think if I go to Booger, if I go to... you son of a... Hang on, if I go click on this guy. There we go, I can click on the little fellas. And I can just add a bunch of little fellas to my squad. But they're not gonna... They don't have any resources. They're just gonna be called little fellas. And it's kind of funny, so... So apparently, I guess the squad editor, you can essentially go in, you create a group, and it'll try to get you as close as possible to that group or squad that you want. So, kind of interesting. Here's the aforementioned Comet, who was a little bastard. But yeah, so kind of neat. You can play around with this. I don't ever use it because it gets a little bit confusing. But I suppose you can go in and choose weapons, loadouts for your troops that you want. The game already automatically kind of gives you, quote-unquote, the best weapons at your disposal that it thinks, so sometimes that is not correct, so this would be a good option for those of you. But maybe the squad editor is just something we save for another episode. So remember, comments, put down in the comments, like ones that you don't, that you want to have more of, and we'll get there. So all right, next up we have politics. So politics, this is cool. This is a cool function of Total Conflict Resistance. I have not... this is awesome. This is really cool. So what this does is allow you to go in and choose your path for your republic, for your faction. Now, I think it'd be cooler if it had even more depths. Like maybe you can only choose one of these options, and then like splits into other ones. I think that's how it should be. Or maybe starts out with 3 and then branches off from there. Because otherwise, I think at the end of my last campaign, I literally had all this filled up, which is cool. It's nice to get there, but it'd be nice if there was more paths to certain things. And I'm not sure if the AI does this, but it'd be nice that they do that too, because it would make it so this is a lot more of a dynamic, interesting game. Which it is an interesting game. It's just it's a lot of this linear stuff, and I think there's got to be more choices involved. I feel like this it's a good sandbox, but it needs choices. But you can click on any of these. They give you like bonuses to your like certain things, like work culture. It increases fishing and hang on, increasing agricultural and fishing and bakeries by 50%. I'm assuming efficiency, so that's pretty cool. It makes them even more efficient. Employee of the year. So this gives you your like more more efficiency. This is mostly efficiency stuff. And then you've got one more efficiency. Oh, most of these are more efficiency, it seems. Oh, this increases the cost of worker, or increases workers, so maybe again more efficient. Or construction. Looks like these guys are more like laborers, so that makes sense. And then we got like the army laws. We can do like execution from desertion, lifts the law and moratorium on death penalty, establishes capital punishment for desertion and cowardice in battle, increases discipline by 1. So essentially, I would assume it makes your troops not retreat. But you get the gist. There's just a lot of bonuses you get. It'd be really cool if we could get eventually into choices for this, but I like it anyways. That's kind of neat. All right, diplomacy. Diplomacy is a very important screen. It doesn't seem like it at first, and I'll be honest, I never used it until my last campaign, at least heavily. But this is where you can do all the things with the other factions that you need to do. For instance, there we got Whalen here. So you can do a lot of things if you want to. I'm not going to do this because I think I might just keep this campaign going for this series. But you can like improve relations. So maybe we want to get better relations. We can send a bribe to just grease the wheels a little bit. Otherwise, like sending a bribe, it's only $250, and you can get a massive boost to your success chance for things to happen. So it's kind of useful. We've also got, oh, I can just cancel the mission anyways. We've got justifying war goals. Now, justifying war goals was always like confusing to me, but essentially what you're doing is you are, I believe you can, like, let's say let's see here. I go to Reykjavik. Here, I hate them. And I want to justify a war goal. I send it to them, and it essentially makes it so that I declare war on them, or they understand why I want to go to war with them, and then my war is okay, and not everyone is going to hate me. They're still going to hate me a little bit, but their opinion's not going to change that much, because at least I'm giving these guys kind of a little bit of a heads up. So yeah, and there's like trade agreements. You can get more resources from people. This is a lot of like a very good armistices are very nice for those of you who know how difficult it can get in certain situations. You need to force a peace treaty, so this is very useful. You just got to send a lot of money towards them, and it'll work out. Which I'm not at war with anyone, so I can't really click that option, but you know. So that's cool. Trading. So this is where a lot of people get confused. Like sometimes this is where you give and you get. That is going to be a complete other episode, by the way. We're going to revisit this screen sometime in the future. But this is where you see what you've got, like for you already put up in trade. So that's something that you go to your cities. I think you click on an item and you send it to the world market, and this is where it goes. You could take it off the world market by clicking this X button here and just taking it off. But we want our spazes up there because they're cool. And then or spauses, and then you can go in here. You can see we've got a budget of 69,000. Nice. And we can like click on, oh, we want some RPGs. Boink. And you just grab them. Nice and easy. Maybe I want some bread. Honestly, bread is one of the biggest things for campaigns. Just buy the bread, man. Don't be cheap. Alcohol is cool because it increases morale. And that's pretty cool. The Hilux, no, I don't want that. But you get the gist. So you go in here, you're going to click what you want, and it's just a simple buy, and then it does all of your resources. We're not going to deal with this right now, but all of your resources do show up here at your capital, and then you can distribute them from there. So like here's a little RPGs. We bought, I think it was like 43 of them, so we had a few in store, but we bought some more. So there's that. And again, for those of you who are wondering, stay tuned. I'll do a trade one next if you like this video. and tell me you want it. All right, so that's trading. And you can get a lot of good, like, this is awesome. Honestly, trade is very important even later on in the campaign after you've killed everybody. I would honestly always have a trade partner. That's the biggest suggestion I can have, is always have a trade partner that is like your vehicles or something like that, because it makes it so much nicer if you're going to go to war. If you need a resource, you just go in here and grab it if you have money. It's amazing. Economy. So this just tells you your overall economic standpoint. So I don't understand how this works. If someone can tell me, that's cool. It tells you what you've got. So, like, for instance, oh, here we go. I played enough to receive $1,914 from my republic. So my people, I essentially taxes, or I got monthly subscription to my epicness. But I spent 14,000 probably on trade, on the construction of the fishing place. It also tells me, you know, that kind of stuff. So this I understand. And then total that I've spent, it says spent is $16,164. And green is profit, red is bad. So we don't want that. Excuse me. And it tells you also like what resources you've used for things. So here's what we used to build our fishing farm. So, you know, we spent 105 and 150 stone, 105 wood to make that happen. And that's just, I think it's a monthly thing. So it tells you overall what's going on. It'd be cool if it showed you like, yeah, oh, it says monthly. It won't say year. But during the week, we made some money. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it shows your resources. We have 22,000 bread, which is great. Always buy bread at the beginning of a campaign if you can, because it will be bought out by the AI, and then you'll starve, and then you'll be sad, and people will desert, and then you'll have rebels, and then you might lose the game. So just keep a tab on this. This is more of like a little flavor area. It's not really the most important spot of the game, but you know, there is some importance to it. So. And then last but not least, we got resources here. So resources, I think actually there's one more button next to it, but resources just tells you, this is a screen I've wanted for a long time, and they finally had it in the last update, or a couple updates ago. It tells you every single resource you currently have at your disposal inside your republic, your faction. Tells you everything that you've got. Won't tell you if it's in a trade truck, but again, that's another episode. I should probably just say it with me. This is all just stuff that you should be aware of. Here we go. And here's landing craft. We'll get to that eventually. Another episode. And then we go over to help. Well, if you click help, you can't see this. I'll turn on my display, I suppose. But it shows there's like guides here already established in the Steam community. I think I never got rid of this screen, so it's doubled up, but there's multiple like things to help you. This is from older versions of Total Conflict. I personally enjoyed the old layout for like the written stuff. I thought it was more fun. I think what happens if I click it now? Yeah, it's just kind of boring. I like that note, the piece of paper board stuff that they used to have. Guys, if anything, yeah, bring this back. Bring like the papery feel and like a binder. I like that a lot. It gives a lot more flavor. That's what it used to be, and it was a lot more fun. Well, the UI, at least in that aspect, there's a lot more fun this way, you know? So, whatever. That's my personal opinion, though. They're probably gonna watch this. And then, yeah, that's everything. Now, I would be a monster if I held you this long without a battle, and I really kind of want one. And you know what? I'm just gonna say, you know, I actually, no, it'd be funny. I changed those options for a reason. Are they still here? Let's just check. Okay, good. Our oh no, we gotta boost the penalty weapon accuracy for enemy troops, and then we've got a vision range for enemy troops. Lifespan. We gotta make sure the battles are brutal looking. So we made it so that it's the maximum battle size. The enemies on the big boy side. We're going to apply these changes, press back. All right, so the AI is going to hopefully suck. We'll see how this works. I don't think it's anything really too crazy, but we are going to discover that together. And we do get to start out with artillery. That'll be fun. So we're gonna have a little bit of battle here, and then we'll end the episodes because I covered everything, and I'm tired, and I've got other engagements that I'm currently about an hour late for. So, yeah. Just realized how late I am. I'm like really late. I was supposed to be like 2 hours ago. Anyway, so here's Total Conflict if you were interested in seeing what the combat looks like. So it's very cool. That's what I gotta tell you. So these little this is another episode, but we have a little artillery here. I gotta save myself so I can have more content for you guys, which sounds dirty the way I said it just now, but you know how I am. Alright, they made it so you can go everyone inside a building. Yeah, all these buildings are now get insideable. Oh, we have artillery launching stuff. Where's the enemy at? I don't even see them. Oh, shit. Okay. So now, oh, good. Okay, so I wonder what their accuracy is going to look like. Oh, my goodness. So remember, we did boost our range. So if you really wanted to, you could boost everyone's range so that combat happens over longer or further away battlefields, which is kind of interesting. I want to get inside this battle tank here if I can. I don't know what type this is, but oh my! Oh, this is a hang on. Is this a oh no, it's not an Armada or a T-70. Okay. I know it's Russian, though. Got him. I am angry. Now, I gotta remember, they do also have... Holy crap. They do also have bigger weapons, even though they're just rebels. So I gotta be a little bit conscientious of that. However, well, I just have to look at it. I mean, oh, that's a flashbang! Or is it smoke? Oh, it's just smoke. Okay. Oh! Oh, there's a lot of guys back here with RPGs. Too bad they can't aim, because I ruined their chances. Oh! That was a good shot. I'm gonna die. Just gonna launch a... Oh, this is another feature, so that's something I could probably use for another episode. But, this is a new feature of Total Conflict. You have destructible elements on, like, vehicles. So, my turret was blown off. I can no longer use this tank for combat, at least, insofar as, like, shooting people. They've removed the ability to run over people. That's kind of a bummer, I'll be honest, but... I do have a scope, though, so I can kind of cause some problems. Oh, there we go. It's kind of like a slower, like, battlefield, you know? It's a little... I do love the combat in this. It'd be a lot more special. I'd kill a bit more if these were my real boys. But these aren't my real boys. These are just people I picked up off the street that I'm sending into war. Although we're honestly doing about as good as I thought we'd do. We're doing really well. We lost 5 dudes, and they've lost essentially half their army, more than half their army at this point. So, although I am kind of a jerk, don't shoot me. I guess. Oh, what the hey! I'll just get an RPG out of it. Sunny or funny. I will say though, our artillery are definitely doing. Oh, there goes more vehicles. Oh, oh no, that was a friendly! Oh, well, see, that happens all the time. You gotta make sure you know where your boys are at. So that's why you might want to also... it'd be cool if you could customize... Look at the bullets. They just stay here. Like this. Isn't that just a nice little detail? Now watch them come out of the... Oh, okay. Oh, he's got a double RPG! What? Oh, hang on. What is he thinking of? He's thinking hard. Hang on, maybe he's scared of me? Stop repeating yourself, soldier. Alright, so there's friendly fire if you're not aware. But, yeah, it's just a cool game. I really do enjoy this. Is there a guy over here? Ayo. Ayo. So you can go and do a lot of fun things. And then also, this is another fun fact. You can also switch into, if you have NVIDIA Shadow Play, you can switch in by pressing Alt F2. I don't like how their models suck when I go into this. It's kind of sad. Game engine, high quality. Camera. I'm not sure why it does all these things, but it's good. Take a little snap. Ooh, did I break it? There we go. That might be part of the thumbnail. But yeah, so you can do a lot of things. I'll also go over the keyboard commands eventually too in another episode. No, I'm just kidding. I think if you want like a clean thumbnail like that, just press end. They took out, like, there's an ability to like delete your entire enemy a little while ago. Like, this is like when they first started up. I think that was for testing purposes, but they removed that. But yeah, just press end, moves the HUD, and then if you have NVIDIA Shadow Play, just press Alt F2 as long as that's your settings, you haven't changed anything, and you'll have like this cool like free cam looking thing. So yeah, just be careful though, because there is a chance for it to crash. So that's always a problem. But and for those of you who are wondering how to do combat, you can either watch this battle or stay tuned for another episode. I'll be surprised if anyone actually likes this. I'm being very annoying and what's the term? Am I condescending in this one? I can't tell. So tell me if I'm acting condescending. I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm trying to be funny. I swear. I'm just telling you how things are, and I'm just trying to be silly. Now this is a good scope. Now this is a scope. Why can't I have had one of these at the beginning? This is a real scope. This is a lot of like a big old magazine. Oh hell yeah, it does. All right, so where the bad guys at? Doink. Oh, that guy's got luck. Boink. This guy honestly thinks I'm not gonna get him. Oh, maybe he'll get me first. Come on! Oh my god! Oh, whatever. We're gonna win anyways. We're gonna win anyways. It is a very lopsided battle. I'm just gonna order everyone to charge this one. Screw it. I think we got 3 dudes. Oh, they're cornered. They got nothing left. I'll join my men back on the ground because I think it's kind of fun. And a lot of people don't necessarily like that, but I find enjoyment in it. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get anyone. We have already won. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got him. Just gonna smoke out. That was a poor toss. Anyways, all right. So I guess you've seen this as a loot screen, and we won. And this tells us statistics. But anyway, continue. All right, and that was my very short, less than 20 minutes tutorial on the Overworld UI and all that kind of fun stuff. There's a lot more to learn, but we did learn, like, pretty much, like, I probably should have honestly stopped at these buttons. That's why it took so long. But these are very important. I just thought I'd go in depth with them. I'm not going to just sit there and not tell you about them when they're right here. So, but yeah, so there's a lot more we can go into. I think next episode will either be, maybe we could do not combat, or destroy my rebels, although I could always make a new campaign. We could do combat. We've got more into the economy. We've got trade. We've got how ships work currently. We've got maybe Air Force. How to call in support. We've got other like buildings. So I don't know, take your pick, people. Or research, or yeah. So there's not too many more, but there's a couple more that we can go over that I think would be helpful. So thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, very short tutorial I might add, please once again hit the like button, comment something down below, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in our video. Bye everybody. Have a good day.